Wishful thinking. Wishful thinking, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee. We all wish that Cuba wouldn't do the things it does, but relaxing the standard is just going to encourage more. We've seen it. We've already seen this. We don't have to try it again to see that no good deed will go unpunished. We have tried with Cuba. So I support the gentlelady from Florida, Ms. Salazar's bill. And she has clearly articulated, if you didn't listen to her, why Cuba remains a terrorist state. She's articulated it. But included in that, even though she didn't articulate it, is the fact that Cuba hosts Lourdes, the largest listening post on the planet, operated by the Communist Party of China, pointed at the United States of America. And if that's not enough, co-located there is Torrens, where Moscow maintains their largest signals intelligence facility outside of their geographic bounds of their country. Cuba does not have an army that we're concerned about, but they do have a biological warfare threat that exists and is real. And I'll remind everybody, it's 90 miles off the coast. Cuba enables the repressive systems in Venezuela and Nicaragua. It hijacks legitimate protests in Colombia and Chile that are striving to become communist nations. Listen, folks, a bloc of the United Socialist Republics in our hemisphere would be completely counterproductive. The soft on crime, let's all put a Che Guevara t-shirt on and act like he was some kind of freedom-fighting hero, quite honestly, is absurd and ridiculous. It would be awesome if the members of this committee could agree that Cuba does not work in the best interest of the United States. Quite honestly, it doesn't work in the best interest of humanity. And while we all agree with the people of Cuba, when I was growing up in Miami, our neighbors, Cubans, were not only just our neighbors, they were close family friends. Their freedom, their livelihood, their property, their heritage stolen from them by Fidel Castro. That vision exists today in the leadership of Cuba, and to believe anything otherwise, I'm not sure what that is. I'm really not sure what that is. I hope it's just ignorant. Cuba, we're not doing this to Cuba, by the way. I've heard, we punish Cuba and we sanction Cuba, and this is all the United States' fault. No, this is Cuba's fault. This is the leadership of Cuba. It's not the people of Cuba. But they're never going to get out of it if we continue to help the leadership of Cuba, which, by the way, when we send them anything, we relax anything, they use it to their benefit, not to the people of Cuba's benefit, to their benefit. Understand how totalitarian regimes work. They're not waking up in the morning saying, how can we get the United States to help us so we can help our people? They're figuring out how they can get the international community help them stay in power and oppress their people. Let's not be part of that, ladies and gentlemen. I urge you to support and vote for the bill. And